Hey everybody, it's Cooper here, and welcome to the next part of my special 100 pickup video. And this one's going to be pretty cool. This one is getting into kind of the majority of the stuff. Not necessarily saying that I'm showing the majority of stuff in this video, but I did get most of the stuff from one person, and in this video we're going to start getting into the stuff from them. So before I get into that and explain that, I do have some new stuff here that I wasn't planning on putting in this 100th pickup video, but I decided to include it just because there's some stuff I'm wanting to sell, and I can't wait until I have to do my pickup video 101 to put the stuff in, so I thought I'd just show it now and kind of get it out of the way so I can get to selling. So, first up, I got a package from NonTupers, and he gave me some stuff. He sent me some stuff to sell for him, and then as like payment for that, and we also did a trade, he threw in some extra stuff. So I'm not going to be showing you the stuff he sent me to sell, just because there's kind of no point, because it's not stuff I picked up. But first up, the stuff that he's giving me in trade for selling the stuff for him, it's a stack of PS1 games here. And these are all for the collection. First up is Frogger 2, Swampy's Revenge. Gex 3, Deep Cover Gecko. Tomb Raider. Army Men Air Attack. Spider-Man. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Medal of Honor Underground. Medal of Honor. And Pong, the Next Level. So, like I said, these are all just going in the collection. They're all complete Black Label games I didn't have. Next up, he sent me a yellow Nintendo 64 controller. This is in great condition, and the reason I got this is because in one of the earlier parts of this video, I think it was maybe even the last one, I got this yellow box for a Japanese controller. And if you guys didn't know, the American and the Japanese controllers are the same. And I think I mentioned that, but they have the same plugs and everything. There's no writing on the outside of the controller to indicate where it's from, and they work in both regions. So what I can do is take this yellow controller and put it in here, and I basically have a boxed yellow Japanese controller. Now obviously it's not really a Japanese controller, but it's for my own personal collection, and I'm not going to be trying to pass it off as one to anyone else. So to me, this is good enough, and I don't plan on selling it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So that's very cool. Another box controller for the collection. Let me just get the paperwork in there. So yeah, very cool. I just need a red one now. Hopefully I can just find one at Goodwill or something. Then he sent these. First up, he sent this silver coin that is, it says 1 troy ounce, 0.999 FS, and he was thinking that this is also like as payment for selling this stuff, and he was thinking that I should be able to get about 20 bucks for this at a pawn shop, but I might keep it because it's pretty cool. I'm not sure yet. Next up, he sent me this new Super Mario Bros. Beanie that he found at the Goodwill outlet, I believe, and he said he washed it and everything, but it's pretty cool. And then he sent, there's a black PS2 memory card, 4 gray PS1 memory cards, all first party, and then a see-through orange Japanese PS1 memory card. And this one has a little crack in the back, but it's not bad. And he said I could have a couple of those, which is very cool. And then the last thing that he sent for me is a stack of Pokemon cards here. And I'm not going to go through and show them all, but I thought that I would show the rares really quick, because there's not that many. But there's an Articuno from Base Set. That's the coolest one out of all of them. Ninetales, Salamence EX for Alligator, and then I'll just go through them like this, do them kind of quick. So those are those, and that's all the stuff from him. And then next up, I went, my local pawn shop, the one that's right by my school, the one I always go to, they kind of like cleaned up everything in there. They reorganized their video game section, and they put prices on everything. And instead of older games being $2 each for me now, I just have to pay what they're marked as in most cases. But they did lower the prices. Some of them were $1, so it really worked out. I actually paid less than I normally would have. But I got a big stack of games here. So, about half of them I'm keeping, half of them I'm selling. So I'll show you the ones that I'm selling first. These are the ones I got to sell. First up is Halo 2. That was $4. I normally wouldn't want to pay $4 for that, but it worked out with the prices for everything else. And then there's 3 other Xbox games. Star Wars Obi-Wan. This one doesn't have a price. I think it was probably $2. Next to Star Wars Battlefront. That was $2. And Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. This was $4. Next up is 4 GameCube games. Super Monkey Ball. That was $2. X-Men Legends 2. That was $1. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2, that was $1. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, that was $1. And then I got one Wii game, and that's Mario Kart Wii. This was marked at $20, and I couldn't get them to take any off, so because they said they just put it out like an hour before I got there, so I paid $20 for that. Not a bad deal. I usually go for about $30 on eBay. And then into the games that I'm keeping. I got 5 GameCube games and 2 Wii games. First up is Sonic Mega Collection, and this one was $1. Then Star Wars Bounty Hunter, this one was also $1. Dragon Ball Z Sagas, that was $1. Tony Hawk's Underground, $1. And Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, $1. And the 2 Wii games I got to keep are Mario Kart Wii, a second copy for $20, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl for $20. Not the best deal on that one, but it's a game I didn't have, so picked it up. Okay, now that's all the stuff that was going to be in Pickup Video 101, but I decided to put it in here to get it out of the way. So now, on to the explanation and the story behind how I got 9 gigantic boxes of video games from one person. And I actually got them over YouTube. And you guys probably remember about a month or 2 ago, LV Pepe 38 put up a video saying he was selling his entire video game collection, keeping a select few things. And he actually contacted me before he put that video up and gave me first dibs on anything I wanted, which is very awesome. I definitely appreciate it. So we talked back and forth for a while, and finally, after I think a couple weeks actually, finally agreed on a price for everything that I wanted, and he gave me an amazing deal. And I'm not going to mention how much I paid because it's kind of, you know, personal between him and I, but he gave me a really good deal, and I think it worked out to about $3 a game in the end, which is amazing. So he was keeping all of his statues, all of his Zelda stuff, and all of his Neo Geo stuff, but I wasn't interested in the Neo Geo stuff anyway, but I did get a lot of awesome stuff. And he's actually, since he sold me this, he told me that he's going to be still collecting boxed NES games. So if you guys have any, let him know, because he's kind of cleaned out now, but he is still collecting them. So I'm going to show you 3 boxes of stuff from him in this video, and then I'll probably have 2 or 3 more parts showing you the rest. So first off, we're going to start with a flat rate box here. This is super heavy. And this one is full of strategy guides and magazines, which is very awesome. He threw all these were extras that he threw in. So first up, we have 2 issues of Retro Gamer, which is a magazine that I've been wanting to subscribe to, but I've heard it's pretty expensive, and it's from the UK, so you have to import it and all that. But there's two here. They're number 84 and 85. So very awesome. This one has Secret of Mana on the front, and this one has a bunch of different things on the front, but that's very cool. Next we have a strategy guide for Turok 2. Then we have the instructions, all of the instructions for an original Xbox system. Then we have a GameStop activity book. It has like some coloring pages and some word searches and stuff like that. Then a strategy guide for Castlevania 64. Strategy guide for Riven. Mortal Kombat Deception. I think I actually already have one of those strategy guides. Most of my guides are still at my parents' house in Washington. Then we have a PlayStation magazine. An unauthorized insider's guide to the N64. Resident Evil Director's Cut strategy guide. Resident Evil 2 strategy guide. Resident Evil Codex Veronica strategy guide. Silent Hill strategy guide. Dino Crisis 2 strategy guide. Game Boy Player's guide. 13 strategy guide. And then we have 6 issues of Gamer magazine. And these are number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So very cool. The first 6 issues of the magazine there. Very cool. Thank you, men, for throwing those in. I definitely appreciate that. There's some pretty cool strategy guides in here, and I will be keeping all of these. I'll show you this box next. This one is full of, well, I'll just show you. First up, we have a boxed Devastator made by QuickShot. This is for the PlayStation 1, and this is basically an arcade stick. Box is in great shape. Very cool. There's some toys in here, or I guess kind of toys that he threw in. We have a Mario Bob-omb. I have one of these still sealed. I think it has like powder candy in it. Next we have this little Pac-Man. You pull it back and it races forward. And then we have a red mushroom tin and a coin block tin. And this is cool because I've always seen people have these in the back of their videos and everything. I've always wanted one. I do have one of these though, but I'd like to get all the rest of these little candy tins from Mario. I think they're very cool. Next up, we have a boxed PlayStation. And if you saw one of my more recent pickup videos, not 100, but I think like 98 or 99, I picked up a boxed PlayStation at a pawn shop for 20 bucks that had Diablo in it, which was a great find. But this one is actually a different box. The one that I have doesn't have any red on it, and it's gray on the front rather than white. So now I have 2 different boxed PlayStation 1 systems. Very cool. Next up, we have a boxed black PS2 Slim. This is very cool. I have a box for a silver one, but I didn't have a boxed black one, which is very cool. There's 2 controllers, and it looks like there might even be some other stuff in here. There's a system, the cords, and there's a couple of, if I can grab it, a couple of these little dongles for wireless controllers. I don't think those are in here, but still very cool to have this boxed PS2 Slim. Goes great with my PS2 collection. And then we also have a boxed fat PS2, which is very awesome. So I have a bunch of boxed PS2s now. This one is the regular edition, but there's a memory card in here, and also the network adapter, and then another wireless controller dongle. I haven't opened up all the way, but this one originally didn't come with the network adapter, so that's kind of like an extra. So that's that box. And now we're going to move on to this box, and there's some really cool stuff in here. You'll see why I saved it for last once I get into it. First up, we have 3 of these clear blue Nintendo cases to hold NES cartridges, or I guess it could hold any Nintendo games in there. Next, we have a boxed red gamepad for the PS1. It's made by Performance, just a boxed third-party controller. Very cool. Next up, we have a boxed PAL Super Nintendo controller, and this is a third-party, but it looks like an official. So I thought this was pretty cool, and it's all in there. It looks like it's never been used. The box is a little beat up though. Next up for the Game Boy, we have a boxed copy of Pokemon Gold version, and this is complete and very cool. I love getting boxed Pokemon games for the Game Boy. They're so cool. Next up are some Xbox games, and I think all these are going in the collection. First we have Crimson Sea, Whacked. I remember playing this game when I was a kid, when the Xbox first came out, and it's actually pretty funny if you watch like all the cutscenes. Obscure, Gun Valkyrie, that's in a 360 case. Magic the Gathering Battlegrounds, Blood Rain 2, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, it's also in a 360 case. Genma Onimusha, and Kakuto Chojin Back Alley Brutal. So very cool, all great additions to the collection. Oh, there's 3 more Xbox games in here. I have a hard time grabbing them. Okay. First up is Blinks 2, Masters of Time and Space. Then we have Siberia 2 and Conquer Live and Reloaded. Super happy to get this one because back a couple months ago I had to sell some games to get rent money, unfortunately, and this is one that had to go, but I knew I was getting it from him, so I decided to sell my copy. I'm very happy to have it back. I really didn't want to sell that one. Next up, there's a boxed Nintendo 64. This is very cool because I didn't have one. I didn't have this version. I have the Star Wars bundle boxed, but I didn't have just the standard system. And I don't know if I opened this yet. But it's got everything in it, all the baggies, everything. Looks awesome. I'll put that back in after the video. Let's see. Next, I guess I'll show you some PS2 games. Okay. First we have The Sims Bustin' Out, Spider-Man Friend or Foe, Superman Returns, The Simpsons Hit and Run, Valkyrie Profile 2, Quake 3 Revolution, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, Suikoden 3, Spider-Man 2, Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, Way of the Samurai, Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy, Raiden 3, X-Men Origins Wolverine, SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, and The Simpsons Skateboarding. So those are very awesome additions to the collection. A lot of games I didn't have. Next up are some NES cartridges. First up is Kirby's Adventure. Then we have Kid Icarus, Donkey Kong Classics, Baseball Stars, Contra, and Mega Man 4. So the last games in this pickup video are GameCube games, and there's 5 of them here. And there's nothing terribly amazing in here, but like I said, I did want to get this pickup video filmed. So the next pickup video will have some really cool stuff, so definitely do not miss that. But these are awesome additions to the collection. These are also 4 of the games I decided to sell when I needed money, so I'm really glad to have them back. And they are Mario Party 4, Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Sunshine, very awesome game, Mario Kart Double Dash, and this is the only one I didn't have before, and I'm super glad to have it now, and that's Tales of Symphonia. So very, very awesome. Double disc game. It's missing a manual. I think I might have one. But yeah, so that's it for this pickup video. Definitely check out LVPepe38's channel. He's still doing video game pickups, movie pickups, and statue pickups. And he's been telling me some pretty cool stuff that he's going to be having in his videos coming up. So definitely check him out, subscribe to him, support him. He's a very awesome guy. He gave me a great deal on this bundle, and there's way more to come. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.